Hi, my name is Karina. I come from a small town in Wisconsin known as Tomahawk. It's got a lot of trees and a population of around 3,000 people, which is less than half the number of views I have on my crummy Wattpad fanfiction. Growing up, I was a fairly sociable kid. At least, I wasn't scared to talk to people when I wanted to. But then, sometime around middle school, that completely changed. I'm not entirely sure why, but I started getting overly self-conscious about how I was perceived by others, and that made me terrified of interacting with people. Part of me wants to blame all the bullying PSAs we watched in 5th grade for making me paranoid that someone's gonna bully me for existing. Whatever the reason, I started avoiding talking to people as much as possible, and before I knew it, all social interactions just caused big anxiety. Icebreakers, group projects, the lunchroom, I dreaded all of it, but nothing was worse to me than public speaking. I always hated whenever I had to give a presentation, because not only was it super scary to stand in front of a bunch of people who all have their eyes on you, but I was also really bad at them. I read directly from the slides, I didn't project my voice, I had no idea what I was doing, but that's just most presentations when you're in middle school, so it wasn't that big a deal then. Once in high school though, expectations for presentations started getting higher. Like, they expect you to not just read paragraphs from your slides and to actually know what you're saying by just using your brain. How am I supposed to do that? Well, when it came time to do a presentation on a book we read for English class, I was determined to figure it out. I had read Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. I needed to make sure I did this masterpiece of literature justice. And mostly I just didn't want to embarrass myself and get a terrible grade, but I did really enjoy reading this book. So the biggest key to a successful presentation is preparation. And in order for me to feel prepared, I had to know exactly what I was doing. And what that meant for me was writing out a 3-page script of exactly what I was going to say, memorizing it, and then reciting it word for word when it came time to present. I remember when I told my English teacher about this foolproof plan of mine. He said, "You know, it would be better if you listed out your main points and then just talked about them rather than trying to memorize a whole script." Yes, Mr. English teacher, that would be true if I had any ounce of confidence in my ability to speak. I can't just magically conjure up words on the spot and then speak them out loud. I need it planned out ahead of time. So I ignored my teacher's advice and spent the rest of the week memorizing my speech. And then, when the fateful day finally arrived, it went great. I nailed it. There was maybe a 5-second pause where I momentarily forgot my next line, but I got through it and the teacher gave me an elusive perfect score. I'm still utterly terrified of public speaking and engaging in conversations with people, but at least now I know that if I'm determined to go through with it, I can do it. And it likely won't be as disastrous as I imagine it being.